Good afternoon po. I'd like to ask if open ang labor affairs office. Kailangan ko lang may makausap tungkol sa payroll ko. Yung savings ko, yung loan contributions ko, hindi ko na alam kung saan na nagpunta.
Sorry, naka-break kami ngayon.
Sir, I'd like to talk about something po.
Come in, Ella. I can only assume tungkol doon sa deduction mo.
Sir, Tito, nagtiwala ako sa Pisala. Yung mga savings ko, hindi sa akin yun eh. Para yung sa magulang ko. Para sa panggamot nila, pang-retirement nila.
I understand, Ella. In fact, hindi ko na mabilang sa sandali rito kung ilan ang lumalapit sa akin tungkol dyan. Pero wala akong magagawa.
So, ano ibig sabihin niyo, sir?
Wala na kay Mr. Manansala ang patrol sa bagong policy na ito.
Meron time, Reyes. This is Ella, our newest employee in the month.
Your employee of the month. I can understand your frustration. Take a seat. Let me elaborate these things.
So, ibig sabihin, palang may kaguguman nito?
Well, Paul made the call. 40% ang deduction. At Pesada, isa sa pinakahuli ang priority nila. So, madalas na nga ang department.
Kumbaga, para siyang restructuring. Pero ang katotohanan niya, pag nanakaw ang ginagawa nila.
So, uupo na lang ako dito kasama rin sa kawalan ko?
For the meantime, yes. Ella, trust me. It's sure thing that we can fix this.
Palang kalaban natin dito. Sa tingin mo kaya natin sila?
Yes, Ella. Kapag nasa balikat mo ang batas, wala kang dapat ikatawag sa kolpe. So, yes, Miss Ella. Yes, we can.
Understood. I'll let the president know.
Dina, I assume you will use.
Sir, this has been the court letter from the legal counsel of Pesala. They are already filing for injunction.
Good ticket.
Well, all we can do is to let them. May legal team din naman tayo, di ba?
Pero sir, from what we know, may pre-existing agreement tayo sa Pesala at nakasaad doon na may priority access sila. Aside from that, may temporary restraining order na rin tayo from the court. Paano natin
Bakit? Hindi naman mababayaran ng DRO yung mga utang natin. SEC na nag-handle sa atin under receivership. So we must take 40% cap para mabayaran yung mga creditors natin.
But sir,
No buts, no buts. We are doing nothing but to protect our employees.
Dapat nga maging grateful sila. Net pay nila ang anak sa lalay.
at what cost sir? Their loyalty? Our credibility?
We'll take that with ourselves.
Let's now proceed with the oral arguments. Counselor for the petitioner, Attorney Reyes.
Your Honor, this is more than just a questions about the payroll of the employee. It is the questions of the principal of the company to perform their duties. Back in 1997, PAL independently gave their employees payroll deductions at 40% without consulting Pisala first. Our collection used to flow continuously for our airlines partners for decades until 240 million pesos monthly drop to barely 19 million now. Loyal employee like Mariela Mendez, a flight attendant that working for PAL in about 5 years, suddenly found out their savings were gone. Pesala placed the 9 deduction priority list after social insurance funds, after everything else.
Was there a legal arrangement before the cap?
Yes, a standing agreement, Your Honor. Payroll deduction should be remitted in full. PAL acknowledged as essential to employees' welfare. as to even providing us our own office space. And despite a TRO, then an injunction, falsely proceeded with the CAP. Over 44 million pesos remain as undetected contributions.
Any specific remedy you're seeking for your client?
For PAL to pay the 44 million plus interest rate, not for them to help accountable for our members' debt, but for disobeying court orders.
Attorney Matias.
Your Honor, Philippine Airlines acted under financial pressure and receivership was declared before the SEC. The cap was planned to design to protect employees for having zero net pay, however little.
Then why did PAL disregard the court's injunction?
Your Honor, the injunction will make Philippine Airlines obligations more complicated. Plus, the 40% cap is fairly reasonable and aligned with the collective bargaining agreements. Mandatory deductions had to be prioritized.
So, Pesala has merely become collateral damage?
Objection, Your Honor. PESAL is not a government-mandated institute. Plus, its employees under the organization joined voluntarily for themselves.
That's nonsense.
Attorney Reyes, let her finish her statement, please.
The 44 million is not from Philippine Airlines. It's from the employees. Also, PESAL should be the one responsible for collecting the money from its members.
With all due respect, Your Honor.
Response?
Thank you, Your Honor. PAL was not asked to pay for the employees. It was asked to remit what the promise to the docs. The 44 million pesos represent the missing funds because PAL stopped obeying the law. Receivership doesn't grant immunity from the court order. And PAL didn't just disobey. They lied. They promised repayment by January 1999, a promise made in the same court. Promises are obligation that matters, Your Honor. Lalo na kapag buhay ang nakataya.
I've heard enough. PAL will be held liable for the 44 million undeducted payroll settlements, not as a debtor to Pesala's members, but for its continuous violation against the court's orders. Executives may consider themselves lucky, for this court will no longer pursue any contempt charges. Corporate convenience is not an excuse for legal insubordination. This court is adjourned.
Ito yung balita panalo tayo. PAL will be held liable for 44 million in unlimited savings, not as guarantor, but as violator of multiple judicial orders. So yung pera ng mga employees, makakabalik na?
Yes, Ella. Yung sa'yo at pati sa lahat ng mga nagtiwala sa atin.
Nawalan na lang din ako ng pag-asa pero hindi ako bumitaw.
And neither did we.
You never say no, diba?
Been a strange old week with the stuff you didn't do and the people that you meet, and digging up the words like pulling teeth. Got a face, a number, and a name that she goes on. Guess plenty worse places to be. So why don't you do it? Yeah, why don't you do it?